Hello, my name's Danielle, and I haven't disappeared. I'm still here. Didn't post a video last week because school. It's almost over though. It's not an excuse, but it is, and that's what we're going with, and I'm just gonna keep going. Like, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Who cares? No one's forcing me to be on a schedule, an upload schedule. I'm just doing this because I really want to, and there's gonna be some weeks when I can't, and I'm gonna stop ranting because it doesn't even matter. Anyway, today I am going to be talking about the TV shows that I am currently obsessed with because I haven't read any books. I just want to read Turtles All the Way Down so bad, but I haven't had time. But there's only like 2 or 3 days left before Halloween, depending on what time this goes up. And I'm so excited. So I'm gonna put Turtles All the Way Down off for another I don't know how long because I hate myself. I'm gonna try to keep reading, watching movies, watching TV shows, all the things. It's Halloween, if you didn't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm here to talk about Halloween TV shows that I'm obsessed with right now. I'm gonna give you recommendations for the perfect shows to watch in your sweats. So first we're gonna start with the obvious TV show that everyone should be watching this season, and that is Stranger Things. This show, I have not caught up yet, still watching it. I mean, season 2 just came out, give me a second, okay? Going off of that, yeah, most of these shows I'm still working through. I have not finished, or it's just not even possible for them to, they're not finished yet, so I can't be finished with it, so I don't know the end, but I'm just gonna throw that out there because I don't want any spoilers. I'm recommending them at the place where I'm at right now because I like them currently, wherever I am in the show. But if you're not watching this show, and I spent a long time not watching it, like I just watched season 1, you really are missing out. It is so spooky and creepy, but the kids are hilarious. They're probably my favorite part of the show, and Winona Ryder, but the kids are so funny, and I love it. It gets you in the Halloween spirit. So if you don't know anything about Stranger Things, I'm not gonna tell you much because that's really how you need to go into the show, but basically it starts off with the premise of one night, one little boy goes missing, and then that same night, another girl just kind of appears out of nowhere and you don't really know where she comes from. They're trying to find the kid is basically what's going on. People start disappearing and it's so creepy. It makes your toes curl, and I just love it so much. So the next show should be a pretty obvious one too, especially for Halloween time, and that is American Horror Story. And I've watched this since the first season, and I'm so proud, except I have to say I never watched the circus season because I can't do it, no. Basically, if you don't know anything about American Horror Story, I would be very surprised. But each season is a different story, so it's a completely different setting. You don't have to start from the first season. You can pick whichever one you want and not miss a thing. The first season, Haunted House, and the third season, Coven, are probably my favorite seasons. So I would suggest you start with the first season, but definitely watch the third season. Very good. Also, Evan Peters is just amazing in every single season. I could talk about it all day, but I'm gonna move on now. Another show that's on right now that is very popular, and you should be watching it this spooky season if you aren't already, is Riverdale. And this show is based off the Archie comics. I think I've talked about it before on my channel because my mom and I are currently watching it right now. If you don't know, it's about this boy who's killed in this small town, and the town's trying to figure out who killed him. I don't know if it's accurate to the comics or if there even is a story that goes along with the comics, but I'm definitely liking where this is going. Out of all the younger cast, I mean, aside from Cole Sprouse, because I'm biased, I think the person that plays Betty is probably the best actress in my opinion. She does such a great job. But yeah, this show's got a lot of mystery. I think it's on the CW. I don't watch it live. I watch it on Netflix. And it's really good. For this next show, I wasn't sure if I was gonna mention it on here. It definitely has a Halloween vibe, but I watched the first 2 episodes and I just couldn't deal with it. But, you know, maybe it is for some people. It's very funny. It's more of like a comedic spoof TV show, and that is Santa Clarita Diet. I could not get through it. It is too gory, but like fake gory. So it's not gonna freak you out or anything like that, but I couldn't watch it. From what I saw, it was really funny, and I will try to watch it again, but I just wanted to throw it out there in case, you know, maybe it is someone else's cup of tea and not mine. Like, my sister loved the show, and tried it out and it's just not for me. This next show is no longer on air. It recently finished, I think last fall, but I just want to mention it because it's one of my favorite shows of all time, and that is The Vampire Diaries. It's kind of it's a Halloween show in the sense that it has to do with vampires and werewolves and stuff, but otherwise it's kind of just an urban fantasy. This show, it gives you all the feels, and it's got some really hot guys in there just to look at. So if you watch this show, I think I would have to say get through the first season because it does have that teen boppy TV show feel to it that the early 2000s just has, but it gets better. And if you watch that show, you can move on to the originals, and maybe if you do that, I would recommend, this is how I did it, starting the originals when it would start in the Vampire Diaries timeline. You can just look that up whenever it started, and just kind of going back and forth with the shows, because there is a crossover episode, kind of. You're not gonna miss out if you don't watch the originals, but The Vampire Diaries is one of my all-time favorite shows, and I'm so sad it's over. So that's a binge-worthy show for you. Something you can get through really fast that's not still airing on TV. The next show I have to recommend, I just started watching the other day, and I'm already on episode 4, which isn't a lot considering there's 3 seasons, I think, and that is Peaky Blinders. It's not quite a Halloween-y show, but it's definitely giving me that fall season vibe, and I live for that. The first episode, it had me going insane. It's a dramatic historical fiction type show set in the 1920s in London. No, in Birmingham. I know my geography, even though I am an uneducated American, and I apologize for that. I wish I lived in the UK. And just, this show is just amazing. It's very cinematically, aesthetically pleasing. I'm not quite sure where the plot's going, so I don't want to lead you the wrong way by saying, oh, it's about this, or oh, it's about that. But it has to do with mobsters and the working class and stuff like that. That's all I'm gonna tell you because that's all I really can tell you. This show, I'm just so excited to see where it goes. Those are the main shows I want to recommend. There are other shows that I would lightly recommend because a lot of people might not like them. Stuff like Scream Queens, maybe just the first season. Series of Unfortunate Events, that's definitely one you should binge on Netflix. And Haters Back Off, because that's one of my favorite shows, but I know it's probably not for everyone. So you should check those out too. Let me know what TV shows you're binging right now down below. And that's all I have for this video today, so I will see you in the next one. Bye!